it a lot going on with Cat Williams right now, or is there just a lot of stuff going on around Cat Williams' name?
Mm.
Because Cat Williams really isn't saying or doing anything.
Yeah, he's not saying anything.
He's on hiatus. His tour is supposed to start back up, the next leg of it. He's not saying anything. He's not doing anything. But there's a lot of action around his name. I would have to agree about that. There was this story, there was that story, there was this story, there was that story, and nobody would corroborate where they got the story from. Because they didn't get it from the news. So who did they get it from?
Reggie Carroll, on tour with Cat Williams, allegedly found dead, shot 5 times in front of Cat Williams' home. Allegedly, Cat Williams' cousin was arrested. Wow.
Matter of fact, of all of the whistleblowers that really didn't, that was really getting a lot of heat during this whole Diddy trial and the verdict and all of that, Cat was like the only one that nobody was really saying anything about. Am I wrong? And everyone was so hot for him to be involved. Like, I've never seen people want somebody to be involved in a tragic situation so bad. Nobody's trying to get to the bottom of that. The only thing they're trying to get to the bottom of is how to make Cat Williams responsible for it. What I'm gonna say is, as far as Cat Williams is concerned, the one thing that seems to be the running theme with this tragedy that's happened to Reggie Carroll's life and his family's life is that y'all really not making it about what happened to him. Y'all really are just making it about how to destroy Cat Williams' credibility so nobody has to believe what he has to say, because he's the last of the whistleblowers.
Why is Cat Williams' name everywhere right now, even though he's been completely silent? He isn't on interviews. He isn't posting cryptic messages. His tour leg hasn't even started back up, and yet every week his name is dragged back into headlines. Not because of anything he's doing, but because of what people are saying about him. Stories, rumors, even wild accusations have been spreading like wildfire. But when you step back and really look at it, one thing becomes clear. This isn't about Cat speaking. This is about people trying to speak for him. And the real question is, why? Cat Williams is a man who usually doesn't hold back. When he sat down with Shannon Sharpe for that explosive interview, he lit up the industry with truth bombs, exposing names, events, and patterns that most people would never dare to mention. But after that, Cat did something surprising. He went quiet. No follow-up interviews, no cryptic live streams, no clapbacks, just silence. And yet, while Cat was saying nothing, his name got louder than ever. Social media threads exploded with unverified claims. YouTube channels popped up analyzing every rumor, and somehow Cat Williams became the centerpiece of stories that weren't even about him. It's almost as if his silence created a vacuum, and people rushed to fill it. But the real storm started with one tragic event. Reggie Carroll was a comedian on the rise, touring, building his name, making moves. But then came the shocking news. Reggie had been killed. According to reports, it happened near a property supposedly connected to Cat Williams. And within hours, not days, not weeks, the internet was flooded with rumors linking Cat directly to the tragedy. Headlines and social posts started popping up. Reggie Carroll found near Cat's house. Cat's cousin arrested. Was Cat involved? But here's the strange part. While social media went into overdrive, mainstream media said nothing. No front page coverage, no rolling reports on national networks, just silence. A promising young comedian killed, allegedly near the home of one of the most famous truth tellers in entertainment, and barely a whisper from the official news cycle. Romulus, that silence was deafening, and it created the perfect environment for something else to take over. Trumpabechid. Think about it. If something happens to a celebrity's associate, mainstream media is usually all over it. They'll chase the story for days, interviewing neighbors, pulling public records, spinning every possible angle. But not this time. Instead, social media carried the entire story. Posts appeared within hours, written as if people had inside information. Some even claimed to know exactly what went down before police released any official statement. How does that happen? The speed of those rumors didn't look organic. They looked manufactured. Like someone wanted this story to spread fast, but not through official channels where facts could be checked. Runstarshan inval kundlon what control it and ensure feature he. But who stood to gain the most from dragging Cat Williams into this? When a tragedy hits, most people focus on the victim and their family. But in this case, the conversation shifted almost instantly. Instead of mourning Reggie Carroll, the spotlight swung straight onto Cat Williams. And leading that charge, certain influencers and voices online eager to throw gasoline on the fire. One in particular, Billy Soros, didn't waste a single second. He went straight to social media and unleashed a barrage of accusations, not just about Cat's involvement in Reggie's death, but about his character, his private life, and his credibility. The angle was always the same. If you're really the truth teller, why aren't you speaking now? This tactic was clever. Cat's silence was turned into a weapon. By not commenting, by not defending himself, people could spin it as guilt. And suddenly, the tragedy wasn't about Reggie at all. It was about whether Cat Williams could still be believed. But then the official story started to come out, and things didn't line up. According to law enforcement, the suspect wasn't Cat Williams. It wasn't even someone loosely connected to his career. The suspect was Reggie Carroll's roommate. Police arrived quickly, identified the scene, and gathered evidence. Cat wasn't there. His name wasn't in the official reports. And after investigating, authorities publicly cleared him of any connection. So how did the internet get it so wrong? The property people claimed was Cat's house was actually leased to an LLC. And for anyone who knows Cat's lifestyle, that detail matters. He's always kept different parts of his life separate, different houses for family, for work, for creative projects, compartmentalized. But online, those facts didn't matter. People pushed conspiracy after conspiracy. He paid off the cops. Silence means guilt. If it happened near him, he must be involved. It didn't matter that Cat had been arrested more than 20 times before without convictions. If he could pay people off, why hadn't he done it all those other times? Logic didn't matter. The narrative was set, and people refused to let go. But why were they so desperate to tie him in, even when the evidence said otherwise? To answer that, you have to look at the bigger picture. Ever since Cat's explosive interview, where he spoke openly about names and events in the entertainment industry, he became one of the last whistleblowers still standing. Others had been discredited, attacked, or silenced. But Cat, he seemed untouchable. Until now. The timing is suspicious. Right after the Diddy verdict, when whistleblowers everywhere were under attack online, suddenly a tragedy happens that conveniently links back to Cat Williams. And almost immediately, people push to connect him, despite no evidence. It feels less like coincidence and more like strategy. Destroy Cat's credibility, and you don't just silence one man. You send a message to every truth teller watching. Speak out, and tragedy will be used against you. And the most dangerous part of this strategy wasn't physical violence, it was information. This wasn't just gossip, it was information warfare. Look at how the narrative was built. Reggie was painted as volatile and unstable. Cat was painted as suspicious for being silent. The property was painted as his house, even though it wasn't. Every detail was twisted to maximize speculation and minimize truth. And the more people repeated the story, the more it seemed real. But silence isn't guilt. Anyone who's dealt with lawyers knows the first advice they give: don't speak publicly. Silence protects you. Silence prevents words from being twisted. But online, silence became the very thing used against him. And here's the kicker. Even after police cleared Cat Williams, the smear campaign didn't stop. Some voices doubled down, claiming the clearance was bought, that the system was corrupted, that there was still something hidden. That's when you realize it was never about facts. It was about making sure people doubted him, no matter what the evidence said. Trumpedescent, so why won't they let it go? Because Cat Williams isn't just another comedian. He's one of the last major voices openly calling out the entertainment industry. He's connected dots people don't want connected. And for that, he's dangerous. Not because of crimes, but because of truth. The strategy is simple: wait for tragedy, then weaponize it. Shift focus away from justice, away from facts, and aim everything at discrediting the whistleblower. If people believe Cat is untrustworthy, then everything he's exposed can be dismissed as the ramblings of a man under suspicion. That's not just character assassination, that's career assassination. And if it works on Cat, it sets the blueprint for silencing anyone who dares to pull back the curtain. At the end of the day, this story was never really about Reggie Carroll. His passing was heartbreaking, and it deserved justice, truth, and respect. Instead, it became fuel for a campaign to destroy someone else. Cat Williams was officially cleared. The suspect was identified. Evidence didn't point to him, and yet the rumors remain louder than the facts. And that tells you everything you need to know. This isn't just about one tragedy. It's about the system that takes silence and turns it into guilt, that takes rumors and turns them into headlines, and that takes truth tellers and turns them into villains. The real question is, how many more times will we see this play out before people start noticing the pattern? Because once the last voice willing to speak out is destroyed, there may be no one left to tell us what's really happening behind the glitter and gold. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, make sure you hit subscribe. The stories you're not supposed to hear, they're the ones that matter most.